Hi all, welcome to this self-VOD review. I am a Masters Reinhardt OTP. I'm, VOD reviewing one of my ranked games and looking at what I could be doing better, just in general, running through my thought process and, yeah, sharing the process with you. Yeah, maybe you can learn something as well, and maybe you're going to be in the comments telling me how to play the game. We'll see. And yeah, get right into it. I am playing on Esperanca, I think is what it's called. Maybe it's the wrong one, my fault. Push map. Looks a little bit like this. It's very good for dive generally because you have these high grounds here that are very safe and hard to walk up on. That you can just like put it on a break and have a great backline. And then if you walk further, this high ground gets even better. From here looking down, great. And then also if you push here, you have a lot of side high grounds and so on that are very hard to reach. A lot of verticality. Yeah. So that's what we're working with. And next thing is looking at our team. We have a Juno, which is great. Juno's great for Reinhardt. You want speed boost, you want to walk on people, you want to use your hammer and swing. So, every little bit of speed matters. And Juno can also, the other speed character is Lucio. He's also very good for Reinhardt, right? But one of his constraints is he needs to be with you to speed you. Juno doesn't have to do that. She can just send out the ring to you. It's still pretty limited in range. I've duoed with some people who miss all of their rings on me. It happens. But yeah, it's just a different thing. Brig and Torbjorn help the Juno live a lot, make a very safe backline. Venture doesn't fit the comp at all, but they're very divey, scrappy. They probably won't play with the core. They'll go in and do something else, which is most likely also what I'm trying to do. My game plan is probably, obviously push cart. Reinhardt's great at that. Other than that, on this map especially, I'm trying to force them off those high grounds I mentioned earlier. Denying the important positions for your and the enemy team, something Reinhardt's great at. That's what I'm mainly looking to do here. Which means I have to pressure out, like I mentioned, if they have honor break or whatever they have that's sitting up there, I need to pressure them out, which is also something that Venture wants to do. So we can sync up our engages, maybe something to think about, right? Yeah, let's see how it goes. So, while walking up here, there's a few things to consider. I mentioned earlier, right? These high grounds are good. And part of that is also my team has very easy access to it. We basically just have this side of the map, everywhere where I'm playing. Which means we have these stairs, and also there's stairs here on the left that someone can take. So this high ground is basically already ours, right? You never really have to take your side of the high ground. You just have it by default in these kind of neutral positions. So what I'm trying to do is try and take their high ground. This is very far in. This is a very aggressive play, which is why, it's also very far out of LOS. The game's only started. I'm usually not literally playing on here on the high ground, but I'm always trying to walk up a bit and push in and be able to like pressure, and just the threat of me walking there is pretty good. So just me being close and being like, ooh, I'm gonna walk up the stairs, ooh, be scared, that's pretty good. Yeah. And since everything is about the high grounds, this is completely worthless real estate. The bot is also not unlocked anyway, so you can't even push him if you wanted to. Yeah, there's just no reason to do anything here. You just want to play on this right side. So yeah, I'm walking up a little bit, but like I said earlier, actually taking their high ground's not really gonna happen. Especially they have far out tracer, they're gonna poke me out, so I'm just chilling. And then I see Orisa. So Orisa is a very bad matchup for Reinhardt. She has Fortify, which just lets her live everything. It's better mitigation than Reinhardt Shield mostly. And at the same time, Reinhardt Shield, he just holds shield and then he does nothing all game. Orisa Fortify, she can still shoot, so she just completely wins the frontline trade. So I don't want to trade with the Orisa. I want to get away from here. Like we said before, walking up on the high ground, not an option, so walk back a bit. Bang. Now, you can see there in the corner, the Venture's going in. I mentioned previously, syncing up the engage with the Venture is good. In general, just being on the same page as your team and trying, when they're doing something, you also do something, very valuable. So I'm trying to, I see them go in and I'm trying to walk in as well. Doesn't work out, unlucky. Now the thing I'm thinking is, first I was thinking, pretty much just fight over, right? We lost one early. We lost a very important part of our team, really. All we can do is kind of just live now. We're not good at taking a lot of space, especially down one. They didn't even use anything for that, really. So I was just thinking, maybe contest the guard for a second and walk out. Yep. So that's what we're doing, shielding off my break so they live. Yeah, just live, just play safe. My Torbjorn did not do that. My break died in the process, and we're all dying. Just walk out. So these kinds of things happen, sometimes, maybe more often, maybe less. Let's go back a second. So one thing, I'd like to say, I knew what I was going for. I disengaged safely. I lived. Not my fault, not my problem. One thing to consider, though, is I'm the tank, and I'm the big guy in front, and in some ways, teammates are looking to me to see what the game plan is, I guess. So if I'm playing very far up front, the Torbjorn is incentivized to also play here. He's thinking, oh, my tank's staying in, so I shouldn't walk out yet. So, this... So in a way, even though I'm aware, I'm just sitting here for a second, I'm trying to get out, You know, maybe my Torbjorn isn't. Maybe he thinks we want to stay in. And this mismatch of communication might be the reason I'm walking out, and he's still up here, and he's kind of stuck, and then he's dead. Bang. And in the meantime, my break tried to save Torbjorn, and bang. Also dead. This also happens pretty often, you know, someone makes a mistake or is about to make a mistake and you try to help them out, and then you also die for it. Happens. Anyway, so in a way, I played it correctly, right? This is the best way. You know, I get a little bit of touch, I get to get out, bang. But I also baited the Torbjorn a little bit. So it could have even just been better to just hard kite out, you know? Or say in voice chat, walk out please, I'm just touching, or something like that, you know, communication is an option. That's very far. I need to set this down. Yeah, okay. Whoa, I got a nice fire strike. Okay. We are not entirely back yet. I was gonna say, oh, we're almost there. No. It's just me and Venture. Most of my team is not there yet. But I'm full HP, I'm alive, I have stuff. I don't need to walk to spawn, right? There's no reason to give up that much space. I can still play the game, so here I am, playing the game. Oops. Anyway. Yeah, see, waiting a bit. Yeah. I mean, that's a very safe fire strike just around the corner. I know there's someone there. I can just do it for free. Won't always get a kill, but I saw the tracer. I saw there wasn't a reset there. You know, I see there's someone there that I'm shooting at. That's very good. And I'm only peeking the corner for a second, so there's nothing I'm losing by doing it. So that's, you know, a good play, and I got rewarded. Anyway, in the meantime, my team should have probably... Yeah, we're, like, mostly here. Yeah. Close enough. So, again, same thing as before. This high ground is broken as hell, and you want this high ground. So, I'm trying to take it. Care Sleep Dart, that was a nice block. I sadly don't get the kill. So let me go back a second. Wow. Wow. That's so crazy to me. So I took the high ground, sort of, for a bit. 1v2, you know, I can't really walk on anyone there. So I was just kind of waiting and stalling to see if my team can do anything with me taking the high ground. They couldn't. I don't know what's best here. I got booped down, but that was... I was using the shield. If you press left click, the attack button, while you're holding your shield, you can look around with the camera, and I was looking behind me, so I didn't see the Zen come up and kick me. But, I mean, I wasn't going to attack him anyway, right? I can't really do anything there. But yeah, the Orisa's there. My backline can't really walk up. My Torbjorn's dueling the Pharah, sort of. I guess... Actually, maybe... So right here, I'm walking in. My thought process is, you know, Reinhardt's pretty slow, and I want the Zen Ana gone from the high ground, right? Like I said, high grounds are important, so I'm walking up. Walk, 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 walk. And you go, I got Orisa, but generally free. So I forced them out, and, you know, at this point it would be great if my team was with me, but they're not. The reason? Because I went before them. So maybe there's a world where I, here in this position, I don't walk straight up and I wait a little bit longer so that my team can walk up with me and I can shield them. Because other than that, I mean, this is nice. Other than that, it's kind of a stalemate. Because both tanks are on both supports and the DPS are just dueling. Yeah, I don't know. At this point, all I can really do is just pin back. Ideally, not even sit up here, but just pin all the way back to my healers. Like diagonal line straight away. Yeah, I think that's what I needed to do. Wait for the team to get a real regroup and shield them up to this high ground. If this doesn't happen, at this point it just goes right back to the team. I'm not doing anything anyway. Yeah, now I'm getting punished, and now it's all over. Yeah. Okay. Similar kind of position where we're kind of getting staggered and the fight's kind of all over the place. But we got a trade in a way. I'm just touching. You know, it's pretty safe for me. We're up people, so I'm thinking, you know, walk in. Tried to regroup there, but we didn't need it, so now I'm taking the high ground. Orisa pin is nice. Orisa's scary though. I need to walk out. First pulse bomb is nice. In general, holding this high ground is good. Ideally, we want to take the other one though, because we're walking up in their space, yeah. I really want to be walking up here to the right, but I can't. Because, yeah, then far in the way. Enforced strength, that's nice. That was bad. That was bad, that was bad. Okay, it kind of worked out. Wait, I thought the fight might end, but this is kind of going on forever. Let's go back to this interaction. So here, like I said, I've secured they're not walking up through this doorway. That's not happening. They're scared of me. They're scared of these 3 people shooting them. Fine. We're pushing the bot. Next thing we want is this high ground. So I'm starting to walk there. Bang, walking there. Here at this point, Orisa's in the way. Orisa comes down, and then, you know, now's prime time for me to walk up. So I'm shielding off the Orisa, and I'm walking up the stairs, but Zenyatta Pharah is in the way. So, yeah, see, I'm trying to walk up, but I can't, because they're just there. Zenyatta Pharah does 1,000,000 billion damage, and the thing is, even if I'm here and I'm like swinging on them, I'm getting shot in the back by Orisa Tracer, so I can't really do that. So I need to walk back. I need to play it safe. Walking back. Orisa ulti fine. We even almost kill her, that's fine. That's good. But see, at this point, that's, you know, I'm a little bit greedy. You know, look. Oh, look at how low she is. Oh my god, Orisa could almost die, guys. That's the thought, right? Walk in, she can die. Wow. But here's Trank. And I'm staying in. 1, 2, 3. 3 seconds after Trank, I try to get out. Way too late. She's full HP again. She's looking at me, and now I'm dead. I needed to play safe, wait out the Trank with my team. You know, we had the zoning Torb ulti. It was already there. We were safe. I just needed to not be in there. We even got, you know, my Lari got a pick. I'm almost dead, but I get completely bailed. Like, that was really bad. I stayed in way too long. And we almost lost the fight just completely off of that, but I live. I live. So now we're up 1. Maybe I'm looking for Shatter to close it out. Maybe we don't need it. We do no ulti to close it out. And Venture as well. But, you know, a win's a win. Yeah, we're trying to chase the kills. But, you know, I can't go too far, right? You know, I have a lot of HP, but as soon as I'm out of my teammates' LOS and in a line of sight and inside, you know, enemy territory, I can just get blown up. So I can't walk too far. I just need to play safe. That room's really good for Reinhardt if they walked in there, but they didn't. I'm on cart duty because, again, it's all just about this high ground. We want this high ground, and I don't do anything on this high ground. So, since I don't get any value here anyway, like here, me sitting here and shielding does nothing. I'm wasted. Complete waste of time. So I might as well be pushing cart while someone more useful is up there. Like, for example, my Torbjorn, he should probably be up there. Anyway, we're pushing cart, that's fine. It's also very safe for me to push cart. You know, even if they walk on me, I'm fine. My Torb gets punished, that's okay. Now we just walk out, because we're down 1. They're not pushing us. Okay, wait. Let's go through this and why this happened. So, we're down 1, right? Which is pretty bad. But the thing is, the rest of us are all pretty safe, and we just use speed ring. We can use that. They had to use fortify. So really for me, I'm speed boosted. Orisa has no fortify. I can walk in now. 3, 2, 1. You know, walking. And my Venture has the same thought. And at this point, Nano Farah. That's pretty scary. I didn't even notice that. Anyway, at this point, you know, there's a pretty good opportunity for me, together with the Venture, you know, having a double engage here. Yeah, it's just great. We're both full HP. We have the resources to do it. Even if we're down people, you know, it's fine. Venture's very good at getting out. If I don't commit pin, I'm also good at getting out. But the reason I'm committing pin, I'm charging in, is because I know I have Shatter, and, you know, I saw the opportunity. Also, because of the position we're in, right? We're down 1, so me and Venture are going in. I mean, we had the option to just go out all the way, but we're going in, you know. But if we're going in, we need to go all the way in, because we're down 1, so, you know, we need Shatter, we need to get value for this to work out. So let's see that value. Bang! Honestly, Nano Pharah barely did anything. That's pretty good. But, it did enough. Nano Pharah did enough. Okay, next thing. Look at the bottom right of the screen. Here, the bottom right corner. You can see the little icon. That's, the perk. Reinhardt's minor perk that I always pick is the regen one. You get health regen on shield. There's the health regen passive after 3 seconds, 5 seconds, multiple seconds, right? And Reinhardt's perk is, I think it takes only like 1 second or 1.5 maybe, like much less time to get the self-heal regen to proc. Little tech you can do is also you don't have to hold the shield the entire time. As long as after the 1 second has passed, you use the shield just once, the self-heal procs. Either way, self-heal's great. You're often in situations where you're just shielding for multiple seconds, and you're not necessarily always near supports, or even if you are, they might be busy, getting dived. So being able to heal yourself and, just be self-reliant is really good. Broken perk, I've never not picked this perk. Actually, I have picked the other perk, but it's only on accident. So, yeah, just always pick this one pretty much. I've heard the other one got buffed, and the other one's better. The other one's like, you get a third charge of Fire Strike if you stun someone. Fire Strike's good. It got me that Tracer kill earlier. It does some pressure, but I wouldn't say Fire Strike's a make or break kind of thing for Reinhardt. Or well, it is, but like him being alive is more important. Being able to self-sustain is just amazing, and it's just way better than really almost anything else you could offer. Other than something like a speed boost, maybe. So yeah, I just always pick this. Oops. Anyway. Oh, that's already started. Okay, here. I'm last this time. I'm looking at the tank a lot. Maybe I should be trying to do something else. I get to push card. I'm not doing anything right now. I push card a little, but in general I haven't really done anything. Just getting a reset. My Venture's kind of doing the most. They're killing themselves for it, but they're trying, at least. Let's go back to the beginning. Reason I didn't try to take high ground the last time, there was no one really on it. Yeah, at this point, see my Venture's on it, and none of the enemies are on it, so it's not really a big deal for me. Yeah, at the time the Zen takes it, I'm already way in. I didn't see that anyone's there, so it wasn't, on the mind. But this corner in general, being able to have this corner is pretty good. It's good for me, but my backline's pretty exposed right now. Like, the Zen could just kill them if the stars align. So I kind of tunnel visioned on just, you know, matching the Orisa and getting to look at the objective. I think contesting here is good. It's valuable. The Orisa has to use a lot of cooldowns for it. You know, I think it's valuable. But, you know, going up here, doing something like this, even if it just means they don't walk up here and the Orisa gets a little, like, if Zen Tracer isn't here, then my team is generally not taking damage and or maybe coming with me up here, which means even if the Orisa tries to push the card here, she's just gonna get shot from the high ground. So maybe it's infinitely more valuable for me to clear this high ground. You know, I've been talking the entire time about how big this high ground is, and now I haven't taken it, you know? Guess I should have... now I've finally undervalued it. And it's kind of costing us... You know, it doesn't look like anything is happening. You know, I'm fine. You know? But we had to ulti for it. We're just kind of stuck. Now we're finally out. And even though we're out... Venture used all their cooldowns. We had to use the Lari ulti. And this Tracer's still in our backline, which is pretty annoying. And... I don't know, we're just not grouped up. And my guy just dies. I mean, if my Torb just doesn't kill himself on the off angle, this just works. But you know, the variable of the Torb just kind of trolling on an off angle is not as bad, I think, if I take the high ground and we have, you know, a better... We control the space better and take it, like, rather than being scuffed and, you know, me being with the Orisa here and my Lari ulting and carrying, you know, we all have the space and we all get to play, and we don't need a Lari ulti, or even if we use it, it does more and it's just an on top thing. It's just a better setup, you know? And it could have just led to better results. But yeah, I think pushing card here is fine. So the Tracer's kind of still in my backline in a way. I think I saw that she's not all the way in. My backline's still a little preoccupied with it. I'm trying to take the high ground. I see the Venture there. You know, I couldn't go and help them. But... yeah, I mean, there's no one here. Maybe it doesn't matter. After what I said earlier, maybe I should still take the high ground. But I think pushing card here is also fine. Okay, I tried to take the high ground, but I kind of gave up halfway because I saw the Orisa. Why did I give up? I saw cart and I got scared. And then my teammate has to help me and go backwards. Yeah, see, my Lari doesn't get to play. You know, in the moment, as the Reinhardt player, you know, I'm just thinking, oh, the cart was pushing and I stopped the cart from pushing, and now the Orisa's looking at me, and that's good, but it's forcing both of my supports to come back. I mean, they probably didn't have to, but they felt pressured to, right? And I am putting that pressure on myself by looking at the Orisa and not just taking the side ground. And now the Venture's alone. Like, if right here, right, instead of going down, I could just keep going up. Like, I'm basically on the high ground. Like, here, I could be on the high ground with the Venture. And then 3, 2, 1, they go in. And then I can drop down with them and play the game. And here the Orisa's not doing anything anyway. You know, they'd push the card here into my allll Juno. And that's fine. Yeah, fine. I don't know. I think it's... You know, I'm generally a reserved player. I'm just trying to get by, I guess. Is kind of how I play. Just do as little as I can and just survive. That's kind of my game plan. And it's working, right? There is value in what I'm doing. But there's potential for sure for me joining the Venture being more valuable than this. There's also potential for us inting and it being less valuable. You know, this is just the safer play. I don't know if it's better or not. Yeah, let's keep going. I mean, that's kind of a series of unfortunate events. It's also... Why is my Juno so low? What the hell? What is my Juno doing over here? That's so crazy. Okay, but I'm trying to walk and my supports were not there. They were just not ready. You know, I wanted to walk because I saw the Ana was dead. And I wanted to get value out of the trade we got. But yeah, we're just not in the position to do that at all. We're actually in a 3v3. Yeah, we're in a 3v3. So I should just be trying to go to my Juno, go to my allll. I should be walking back, not walking in. Even though it's technically valuable a little bit to sit on the card for a few seconds. It forces my allll to go in, and I'm also just completely out of position. You know, maybe it works out if I pin. No, but look, my allll was forced so far in. Even if I pin out, my allll dies for it. So yeah, just a bad play. Shouldn't have gone in there. We weren't ready. And now I'm dead. Yep. Wait, they used ulti for that for some reason. But yeah. Waiting for my team a little bit. Maybe not enough. My team isn't entirely there. Oh. My Mei died. Okay. We're down 1. I think I just say... Yeah. I'm just trying to stall and wait for my teammate to respawn. That is not a stalling kind of play. I saw the Zen on the high ground, I wanted to go on him, but just don't. Yeah, I think I forgot that I'm stalling and that the person died. I should just waited again. Kind of inting. The reasons also, you know, I tried to sync up the timing with the Venture, but yeah. Just don't play there. This touch is fine, I guess. It's a little bit of the same symptom again, though. Of the, you know, going in too early when... Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, it's just the same mistake of walking in when we're still respawning, or when we're not already, or, you know, whatever. Like, I do this super often. this exact kind of situation where I'm like, oh, well, last fight there was actually enemies here and not just a tracer, but still applies. No, it doesn't apply. Let's go to the other fight. Let's look at the one where I actually got punished for it. Here. Bang. So I'm thinking like, oh, we're down my Mei player, but it's not so bad. I can just sit on cart and stall a little bit. Surely that's fine. While my Mei's respawning and we're waiting anyway, I might as well just touch the cart a little bit. And then get stunned. And then I'm taking a bunch of damage. I'm forcing my supports in. We had to use that ulti. And now we're all dead. I mean, they also had a little bit of ult advantage because they just used 2 and we didn't. But in general, my team was just not ready, and I'm just trying to get, this minuscule value of like 2 seconds of objective contest when it's not the time or place, and I just get punished for it. I apparently even... Okay, I just built chatter. I was gonna say... In a way, I also wasted chatter for that. This time, it's fine to do this, because there's no team there anyway. Like, as soon as my team respawns, we instant win the fight. Probably. Thing there is also, it happened before too. My shield got stuck. Whoa, what just happened to my POV? And it's sometimes hard to tell. You'll just have to learn. You can tell when it's on the outside of the shield, so I tried to turn it away from where my Venture is. You can also drop it by, drop shield, hold up shield again, and then the pulse bomb falls on the floor. But yeah, just turning it away from my Venture is pretty good. Yeah, no, we're fine. I'm just stalling and testing while my team respawns. See, this is fine because there's no Orisa, Fortify, Spin, Javelin, Zenyatta ulti, Pharah ulti to punish me for contesting the objective for 5 seconds, right? Yeah. Nice pick. We can just swing. Nice Mei wall. Nice. Now we try to push the advantage. Main thing is try to take the high ground. We have a big advantage, and I'm also trying to cut off the Ana. That's why I'm taking that high ground instead. I can't drop though because it's enemy territory. I might die for that. But just having this high ground is pretty good. Now I'm looking for Shatter. Maybe drop down Shatter the backline there. But they also have a Pharah. That's pretty scary. We Mei walled. Pretty good. Mei wall, even. My Mei died for it though. Nice Shatter. I waited for the cooldown. Wait, let's go back though. I want to check first before we continue the fight. I played this high ground. I think it's good to play this high ground. But I may push the card. Pushing card. Maybe like the moment we Mei wall, I'm supposed to drop. No, but my backline's also not there yet at all. My mages made a mistake. They made my mistake of going in before anyone else is there. Maybe I should be trying to bail them out harder. Maybe I did drop pretty quickly. and tried to bail them out. They just kind of got ulted. Yeah. Unlucky. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Yeah, for us, because we're on the losing side, this card push is really, really bad. That's why I want to avoid it at all costs. Even though I could have maybe helped my allll, you know, by walking forward instead of walking on the card. Also, at this point, you know, I'm down a lot of players. Yeah, see, I can't keep pushing. Ooh. Is this a bait? Did I bait her? Maybe I baited the Juno. Because I'm walking super far in. Oh, wow. My Juno went far in with me. Yeah, I probably baited the Juno. Probably, I just like push the cart to here, and then I just wait. I just sit here with the Juno and wait for the rest of my team. I think pushing the cart itself goes unpunished in this scenario, because they're also respawning. But, just like the Torbjorn clip at the beginning, it's baiting my team into thinking that we're going in. So even though I go unpunished for contesting the card for a few seconds, my Juno doesn't. So shouldn't have done that. From here, we're down one. It's kind of already over. We traded. We got one somehow. Magic pick, free elo. Okay, wait, let's me wall. Pilot the grenade. Pulse. The Zen ulti. This time I just lived the Zen ulti. How nice. Yeah, just generally trying to survive. You know, I have the allll on me. Really, Reinhardt's good at living if you try your best. Huge fan. Maurice is also pretty good at living. Nice. So at this point, this is really sad because, in general, I don't want to be the one on card here. I think. I don't even know who wants to be on card here. I mean, I guess the Mei, because at least she can cryo if something happens. Yeah, probably the Mei. Or Venture even. Might even be Venture. But I really would want to be taking space. Taking up here with my team. I mean, these corners aren't the best, but I could at least, you know, walk up and play here somewhere, play in this room. Just taking any more space than sitting on card is what I want to do. But it's overtime, and I don't know what my teammates are doing. I don't know if, you know, we're on the same wavelength. So I'm just super scared and I sit cart. Yeah, the Mei stayed cart. Maybe I should have walked up. I mean, they also just had like far ulti, which is like a free win on the Lokes. Yeah, I mean, I think it goes better if I walk up there, but yeah, still really hard there as soon as we're down. Yeah, Main issue's just like going in for no reason while my team's not all there yet. Yeah, I mean, happens, I guess. It's really because of my slight obsession with card progress, because there is value in all of the things I'm doing, so it feels good to just get that like 5 seconds of touch or whatever, rather than sitting behind the corner and doing nothing, right? Like there's the gratification of having objective contest, but it just bleeds so much. Even though in the moment it doesn't always necessarily feel like it's bleeding. Like I'm losing a lot of health, or like my teammates have to do a lot. In the review, it's pretty evident that we do actually lose a lot, and that going for that's pretty detrimental. Otherwise, and this is that one venture thing. I don't know. I just like being like playing safe and pushing cart. Um, I think the playing safe part is more of a playstyle thing and less of a like the objective thing is also a playstyle, obviously, but it's a little bit obsessive, and it becomes a problem because I'm losing out on other parts of gameplay because of how much I'm on the objective. But I think the way I play safe and play life is like not in actively bad territories. I think um generally where I chose safety over hunting in is like, a pretty even choice for either. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Um my Discord's in the description. I would offer free coaching or doing a video like this for someone else's videos if they wanted to. Otherwise, I'm going to continue doing my Reinhardt games. Might see some plat off-roll gameplay in some future. Who knows? Um, Maybe I'll just have some more general yap sessions with some quick play or whatever. Yeah, we'll see. See ya.